Absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own. The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering. If you love life, don't waste time, for time is what life is made up of. To hell with circumstances, I create opportunities. Mistakes are always forgivable, if one has the courage to admit them. Do not pray for an easy life, pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. Be happy but never satisfied. Defeat is a state of mind. No one is ever defeated until defeat has been accepted as a reality. In great attempts, it is glorious even to fail. As you think, so shall you become. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer. The possession of anything begins in the mind. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. You put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Be water, my friend. Notice that the stiffest tree is most easily cracked, while the bamboo or willow survives by bending with the wind. To change with change is the changeless state. To hell with circumstances, I create opportunities. The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering. It's not the daily increase, but daily decrease. Hack away at the unessential. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Real living is living for others. Always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate it. A goal is not always meant to be reached. It often serves simply as something to aim at. Mistakes are always forgivable if one has the courage to admit them. If you love life, don't waste time, for time is what life is made up of. In great attempts, it is glorious even to fail. Be happy but never satisfied. Those who are unaware they are walking in darkness will never seek the light. Be like water making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you shall find a way around or through it. Water is fearless, shapeless, and adaptable. It does not resist as it flows. Running water never grows stale, so you just have to keep on flowing. When you pour water in a cup, it becomes the cup. Don't get set into one form. Adapt it and build your own and let it grow. The possession of anything begins in the mind. If you think a thing is impossible, you'll make it impossible. The mind is like a fertile garden. It will grow anything you plant, beautiful flowers or weeds. Don't think, feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger, or you will miss all that heavenly glory. The more we value things, the less we value ourselves. A fight is not won by one punch or kick. Either learn to endure or hire a bodyguard. Long-term consistency beats short-term intensity. Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. Simplicity is the key to brilliance. Obey the principles without being bound by them. Adapt what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. Real living is living for others. If you truly love life, don't waste time, because time is what life is made of. What you habitually think largely determines what you will ultimately become. Ever since I was a child, I have had this instinctive urge for expansion and growth. To me, the function and duty of a quality human being is the sincere and honest development of one's potential. The meaning of life is that it is to be lived, and it is not to be traded and conceptualized and squeezed into a pattern of systems. Do not allow negative thoughts to enter your mind, for they are the weeds that strangle confidence. The world is full of people who are determined to be somebody or something. They never realize that the real question is being. It's not what happens that counts, it's how you react to it. Be a practical dreamer backed by action. Defeat is not defeat unless accepted as a reality, in your own mind. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the ability to act in spite of it. The more you train, the more instinctive your reaction becomes. Simplicity is the last step of art. The height of cultivation runs to simplicity. Art calls for complete mastery of techniques developed by reflection within the soul. It's not the daily increase but daily decrease. Hack away at the unessential. A wise man adjusts himself to the world as water shapes itself to the vessel that contains it. Reality is apparent when one ceases to compare. What you habitually think determines who you are. Take no thought of who is right or wrong or who is better than. Be not for or against. Knowledge will give you power, but character respect. Man, the living creature, the creating individual, is always more important than any established style or system. All fixed set patterns are incapable of adaptability or pliability. The truth is, outside of all fixed patterns. Do not pray for an easy life, pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. A good fight should be like a small play, but played seriously. A quick temper will make a fool of you soon enough. The more we value things, the less we value ourselves. If there is a God, He is within. You don't ask God to give you things, you depend on God for your inner theme. To me, the extraordinary aspect of martial arts lies in its simplicity. The easy way is also the right way. Life itself is your teacher, and you are in a state of constant learning. To express yourself honestly, not lying to oneself, that, my friend, is very hard to do. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you're not in this world to live up to mine. The meaning of life is that it is to be lived. When one has reached maturity in the art, one will have a formless form. Empty your cup so that it may be filled. Become devoid to gain totality. A man who has attained mastery of an art reveals it in his every action. Learning is never cumulative. It is a movement of knowing which has no beginning and no end. Preparation for tomorrow is hard work today. The great mistake is to anticipate the outcome of the engagement. You ought not to be thinking of whether it ends in victory or defeat. Do not seek to follow in the footsteps of the wise, seek what they sought. The consciousness of self is the greatest hindrance to the proper execution of all physical action. I have no fear of losing, for I have nothing to lose. Freedom discovers man the moment he loses concern over what impression he is making or about to make. I am not teaching you anything. I just help you to explore yourself. When you freely express yourself, you become the totality of what you are. The individual is more important than any established style or system. The function and duty of a quality human being is the sincere and honest development of one's potential. If you follow the classical pattern, you are understanding the routine and the tradition and the shadow. You are not understanding yourself. When you are in the now, you are formless. You are neither this nor that, but simply being. The stiffest tree is most easily cracked, while the bamboo or willow survives by bending with the wind. To understand your fear is the beginning of really seeing. Let nature take its course, and your tools will strike at the right moment. Flow in the living moment. We are always in a process of becoming, and nothing is fixed. To see a thing uncolored by one's own personal preferences and desires is to see it in its own pristine simplicity. What you think habitually will determine what you become.